In the summer of 2022, French President Emanuel Macron announced the start of the Copernican revolution in defense. This meant moving the country onto the rails of military economy. In particular, it was assumed that the Urenco, a state-owned gunpowder company, would provide 80% of its production to Kyiv. According to Le Monde, the French president's recent visit to the company's factory in Bergerac, in addition to laying the foundations for a new ammunition production line, marked the revival of the state-owned company.
Des Eurosatories dès les semaines qui ont suivi, avec une mobilisation et un effort constant.
This is a necessity of the current moment, to hold up, to provide Ukraine with the weapons it needs to resist. I am convinced that this is a geopolitical reality that we're going to be living in for a long time. And I think it's important to keep that in mind. The world we're talking about would not stop if the war ended tomorrow, because Russia has been undergoing a massive rearmament recently, and so you see increased military spending all over Europe, increased orders and a change in geopolitics all over the world.
The Insider highlights the dramatic change in the French president's rhetoric. According to the publication, Macron was not so categorical at the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine. The turning point was the French president's statement in March 2024 about the possible transfer of Western troops to Ukraine. As analysts explained, the most important audience for Macron's latest statements is in the Kremlin.
The Russian concept of victory suggests a divided and weak West. While the inaction of some countries seemed to confirm these assumptions, Macron's stance reserves them. Edward Lucas, senior advisor at the Center for European Policy Analysis, in a comment to The Insider.
According to experts, the majority of the French people support Macron's agenda. As analysts note, contrary to the strong left-wing sentiments in France, the idea of sending troops to Ukraine is popular. Even supported by Moscow, Marine Le Pen has picked up the rhetoric of the current president. Politicians often adopt what is popular in society to boost their ratings.
This shows that the idea was not just born in the politician's head. It was already hovering somewhere in society. So Macron and his team considered this opportunity both at the geopolitical level and at the domestic level. And so if he continues to articulate it to the public and pull other leaders of other countries, the support will only grow.
Prior to this, Emmanuel Macron announced France's participation in the Peace Summit, which will be held in Switzerland in June. According to him, France is working closely with all countries that seek to prepare conditions for peace on the basis of international law. About 100 countries are expected to take part in the summit. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.